Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Ray the Voice. Today I'm going to be making biscuits and gravy. So, first things first, I'm going to be making the biscuits. So, what we got here is some self raising flour, because I like to self raise. Oh, yeah. And over here we've got some buttermilk, we got some sugar, and some bicarbonate soda. Honestly, I don't care if it's bi or straight, as long as it does its job and it does it well. What we got here for the gravy is some milk, some chili flakes, some meat. Yeah, that's a nice bit of meat there. And some flour. Probably gonna need some butter in there as well. I'm gonna put the butter over there just so you know that I need butter too. It always helps to lube it up. Right, let's get started, shall we? Let's add our sugar and bicarbonate soda into the flour. There we go. Easy peasy. Let's give it that a little shake. Yeah, it's always good to give it a little shake. Right, I'm going to get myself a fork and I've got some grated butter. It's very cold. I've put it in the freezer because that lube, sometimes you gotta get it cold if you want it to do its job. And its job here is to make this nice and fluffy. I'm just going to make a hole in there. And I'm gonna lube up the hole. Oh, I mean, put some butter in there nicely. Don't know why I always call butter lube. Perhaps because I use it as a lube. Anyways, I digress. I'm just gonna empty this out in here. Lovely. I'm using a fork simply because I do not want to touch it yet. Because if I touch it, with my warm, supple hands, I might get the butter to react in a way that I do not want it to react. I need it to stay nice and cool, and obviously around me, it won't be able to handle that. Now that's done, let's just add in the buttermilk. I'm going to put a little hole in the middle, just where I like my holes to be, and I'm going to pour in its lovely, lovely, thick white milk. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks awesome, doesn't it? What I might do is do a little bit and then just mix it in a bit. Mix it good, real good. Once it's out of the bowl, I can work it with my hands, but very quickly. Gotta work it fast with my hands, just to make it hard. Right, that's about done now. I'm going to turn it out and just work it quickly with my hands. And let's put a little bit of flour down here. Actually, I won't need to because there's that there. Oh, there we go, lovely. Make sure that you spank it. Spank it good. I've stretched it out now, and it's feeling very soft and nice and ready to use. It's not so tacky anymore, so I know it's good. I'm going to roll it out a little bit, but on my rolling pin I have these rings. Oh yeah, now these rings, they are very good for pleasure when you put it on your shaft. Let me tell you, the women love it. So all you need to do is you just stick it on the end and you just can roll out your dough nice and easy. And you get the correct length all the time, the correct thickness. And let me tell you something, the correct thickness is very important. If you don't get that correct thickness, they are not going to enjoy it. Anyways, that will do for now. I'm going to cut this. Right, so I'm just going to cut these like this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned. I'm going to cut this like this, cut this like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here. Oh, look at that. It's in the shape of a heart. That's lovely, isn't it? Right, that's for you girls. Anyways, I'm going to just do that, do that. I'm going to give that another cut there. All right, lovely. So it looks like we're going to get 4. All right, stick that on top there. And the last one, just on top of there like that. Then what I'm going to do is just roll this back out. I'm going to just roll this out just so I get a nice layered feel to it. I like to feel those layers all between my fingers, yeah. And it makes it so you get a very high rise. And you know I like my rise to be high. Goddamn. There we go. There we go. That's a good boy. And don't forget the spanking is all part of it. So enjoy. Right then, now my biscuits are in the fridge just chilling for a little bit. I'm going to prepare my meat. Yes, there we go. I do like to prepare my meat. So I'm just gonna agitate my meat. Yeah, make it easier to work with because you can't work with a solid meat to start with. You gotta work into that. Alright, so I'm just gonna pull it apart a bit and then add my spices in. So what we got here is some sage, some everyday spices from the Caribbean, some salt and pepper. I'm just gonna put it directly into my meat. Yeah, that looks good in my meat. Right, there we go. I'm just going to work this in. All the herbs have worked in there. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, olive oil, into my pan. Oh, can you see that? Oh, let's move it across so you can see it better, shall we? Oh, that's much better. There we go. So I'm just going to get some olive oil on there. And then what I'll do is I'll just lightly brown my meat. Simply because I am mixed race and my meat is actually brown. Indubitably. Okay, so I've got my meat here. I'm going to put it in. Before I do this, just to let you know, I am preheating my oven for the biscuits. Once this is brown, I'm going to stick my biscuits directly in the oven, or it's a little bit by little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. That sounds good. Quite a lot of meat. That's what she said anyway. Right, I'm just gonna let that fry. And what I'm not going to do is touch it too much. I'm kind of just gonna leave it there and let it do its own little thing and get nice and brown on the edges. All right, there we go. I'm just gonna move this to the middle. There we go. Flatten that down a bit. That's all. There we go. Right. What I'm going to do now is flip my meat over just to see how brown and delicious my meat is. Oh yeah, that's lovely. I like to have that brown charred bit on it. Yeah, that's nice. Once I brown the other side up, then I'm going to really mash my meat up and break it into chunks. Or as the ladies call it, bite-sized pieces. Right, now my meat is lovely and brown. I'm going to start adding the flour into it. So here we go. I'm not going to add all at once. Just going to add a little bit by a little bit. There we go. Just a little bit by a little bit like that. Just to work it in there. Because if you add it all in at once, you know it might go thick and starchy, and I don't like it starchy. Thick is okay, but starchy is not. I will skip to the end of this so you don't have to suffer me pouring my white powder all over my meat. And let's throw the butter in. Lovely. Let's melt that down. It shouldn't take long. And then once that's melted, I'm going to add in my milk. And I'm using full fat milk. Or in England, we say whole milk. But basically, it's just not the semi-skimmed or the skimmed one. There we go. That's going down nicely. It actually smells quite delicious with the sage. Almost like stuffing at Christmas time. Delicious. I can't wait to try this. Right now, all my butter is worked into my meat. It will be easier to slide it in. No, what? Who said that? Now, I've decided that I'm probably going to use an entire pint of milk, but I'm not going to put it all in at once. I'm just going to work it in a little bit, just like with the flour, just to get it warmed up first, and then I'll add some more in once it's warm, because that milk has basically come out of the fridge. Oh, that actually thickened up very quickly. And once again, I'm going to jump to the end because, I know you people don't want to see me pouring my milk all over my meat, you dirty girls and boys. Okay, so now my biscuits are done, and honestly, they look amazing. They haven't risen as much as I like. I usually like them to rise very high, but unfortunately, maybe I did the ring too big. I'm used to doing that too big, unfortunately. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper in here. There we go. And I'm going to give it a stir and a taste. Oh, look how thick that's got. My God. Yeah, my sauce is so thick. It's unbelievable. You girls are going to love my sauce. Mmm. My gravy, excuse me. I don't know why I keep calling it sauce. My gravy. And let's have a look at this. I just want to show you how thick this sauce is. Look at that. Look how thick that is. My God. Let me just try to give it a little bit of a taste. I'm just going to blow it first. Lovely. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting it to taste that nice. My God, that is delicious. Ladies, I'm going to tell you right now, my gravy is amazing. I mean, my God, you girls are going to love to eat my gravy. And don't you worry, my meat is so tender and nice. God damn. Mmm. I'm shocked at how nice that is. I'm going to eat it right now. I'm going to serve myself some, and then I'll get back to you. Yes, you Americans really know what you're doing. My God, it's delicious. And it actually didn't take that long to make as well. I just want to thank all the people who have given me suggestions to make certain foods as like this one, because it is amazing and it's also white and creamy, just like how I like to produce my gravies. God damn. Well, thank you very much and enjoy. Happy eating, people.